Today we are going to make some delicious eggplant parm. I'm going to start by saying that you will need roasted peppers for the sauce. So before everything, put some mini peppers or any non-green bell pepper under the broiler for about 5 or 10 minutes until they are charred like so. On to the eggplant. So you're going to cut the eggplant into half-inch thick discs. Sprinkle them with salt. This helps draw out the excess water so you don't have any soggy eggplant. You're going to let them rest for about 20 minutes. You can leave them on the same surface that you sprinkled salt on them, or if you're low on space like I am, put them in a strainer over a bowl to catch the water. Cover them so nothing gets in them and leave them sit for at least 20 minutes. Peppers are roasted, which might be by this time. Then you need to make sure that you turn your oven down to 425 degrees. Now it's time for the spices. You can just put any Italian seasoning mix that you have, but I really like this one with basil, oregano, parsley, marjoram, garlic powder, and red pepper flakes. I like my food to have a lot of taste, and this has a lot of taste. So now for the coating. I typically do use breadcrumbs or panko crumbs, but I was going for a healthier version today, so I'm going to use rolled oats. I just dry pulse them in my Vitamix until they are smaller chunks. Be careful not to blend them into a powder because then you have oat flour and that's not what we want for this. Next, you're going to add half of your Italian seasoning to the oats and mix it together. Now for the best part, the dressing. Use that handy Italian dressing, olive oil, balsamic vinegar, and Dijon mustard. Combine them together and whisk. It'll look something like this. While we're waiting for the eggplant to dewater, we'll get the roasted red pepper sauce going. You can absolutely use whatever spaghetti or marinara sauce that you have on hand. There is no need to make any kind of sauce, but this is what I'm using. So we're going to use some salt, oregano, parsley, basil, chopped tomatoes, and strained tomatoes. I've done this with roasted fresh tomatoes too, and that is very, very delicious. This is just what I have on hand today. Put the strained tomatoes and the roasted peppers in a blender and blend until smooth. Dump it into a pot, add the spices and chunky tomatoes, stir everything, cover and cook on low to medium heat for at least 10 minutes. The longer it simmers, the better the flavor is. Stir every so often to make sure it's not sticking to the bottom of the pot. While that is melding and deliciifying its flavors, let's go back to the eggplant, which should be all dewaterified by now. Lay your eggplant on a towel and place another towel on top and pat dry. Now I'm low on space, so I stack them as I dried them. Place eggplant onto a baking sheet, spread the dressing on the top side of the eggplant, then press on the oat and Italian seasoning mixture, flip them over and repeat on the other side. Put the tray in the oven and bake for about 15 minutes until the topping is crispy, but the eggplant shouldn't be soggy. I love this alone, but to help it spread out to feed a family of 4, I put it on top of some pasta. I've also topped it with vegan Parm and mozzarella. I've even used nutritional yeast for the cheesy flavor, but I promise, no cheese needed here. For more basically vegan deliciousness, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. You can also watch this nifty new video I have posted here.